Hey guys, welcome to part 12 of Final Fantasy VI. In the last part, Kefka and the Emperor revived they found the statues and they took the entire continent with them. It's up in the sky right now. We had to do some last things to prepare for that, but they're all done. As you can see, I've taught everybody every spell that they can learn so far. So all of their spell lists are the same. Everybody's in the 20s, which I think that's a pretty good level for this part of the game right now. Mog, I grabbed all of his dances. So basically, if you fight with Mog in different places, he learns the different dances. You saw me get the water one, because that one you can miss and never get. Love Serenade you get by fighting inside of one of the buildings in the town of Zozo. Forest is you fight in any forest area. Wind Rhapsody, I believe, is you either fight on Mount Colts or you fight in any grassland area. No, it's any grassland area. Desert is desert. This one is you fight on Mount Colts. That's the quickest mountain you can get to. And Dusk Requiem, we got that at the start of the game by fighting inside of the cave. Okay, I'm going to save one more time, because we are going to head off. It's time to find the floating continent. So we can only take a 3-person party. So we're taking Terra, Realm, and Mog. So now for this part, we have to do a bunch of automated battles because the entire Empire Air Force is going to try to stop us from getting to our destination. So you just have to do a bunch of fights. And these fights aren't too hard. I say and watch me get annihilated. And you can, it's not like the fights are one after another. You can heal between these fights, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, let's liven things up a little here. There we go. These being machines, thunder is the best thing to do against them. If you're wondering where I was when I started the episode, if you go into the Phantom Forest where you're with Sabin's scenario, that's the best place to get ability points because a single ghost fight gives you 3. And they're a very common enemy in there. So you can level up your spells really fast there. And also, since they're enemies you fight near the beginning of the game, they don't give that much experience. So that's why I'm still in the level 20s as opposed to being like 30 or 40 after the couple hours I spent. Well, not couple of hours, like 1 hour maybe. I mean, I had the game on fast forward in order to speed things up. But yeah, this isn't difficult at all, especially with everyone knowing level 2 Thunder. And so we're just really waiting around. Like, you can't go inside the ship. It's just this. Keep everybody topped up. Yeah, the level 2 cure spell works really good for this part of the game. And so, eventually, you'll see something coming in the background that will signify when the end of this part is. I'll point it out when it shows up. Let's try level 1 Thunder Spell. That might take him out in one shot. No, not quite, but close. There we go. Here we go. Someone says that something strange is coming. And you can see it back there. That very strange pink thing with a yellow ass coming at us. Yeah, it's just basically no holes barred, just get rid of everything. Because in between this and actually getting to the floating continent, there is a boss. Okay, Mog gains another level. So, since he's kind of floating around over there, I'm going to head towards the back of the ship, because that's where it's going to show up. Okay, probably should have bought more ethers, but can't do anything about that now. So we're just going to head right over here, and we're going to wait. Because it doesn't take long for it to come over. You just saw it like zip across the bottom of the screen right there. No, I probably won't get that cure off. That's alright though. So I'll do it now. Okay, now I can just wait, and there it is. And another familiar face shows up. And he's not lying either. This is the last time that we fight Ultros. But he's still extremely weak to fire. But yep, he has a friend with him. And you can fight him all you want, but you're not going to beat him. Well, let's see if we can get rid of Ultros before he pulls anything. There we go. So yeah, just hit Typhon with everything you got. Okay, and I just saw Fire heals him. So we should probably stop doing that. Yep. So Fire heals him. Let's try hitting him with Ice. There we go. That's got it. Okay, I'm gonna cure everybody. Well, too late. So yeah, he just blows you off of the ship. And as you fall, we go right into another boss fight. With this thing. Gonna morph Terra. And let's try Mog doing one of his dances. Let's try that out. And cure everybody, because this thing is hitting pretty hard. So now, with Terra being morphed, her magic should do double what it was doing before. Yeah, because this thing is hitting extremely hard. We have her use a attack on him. Then I'll have somebody else heal. I'll have Realm heal when her turn comes up. Because right now, since Mog is dancing, he's out of my control. There we go. Yeah, it did about 6,000. If the fight goes on for a while, it releases something called a bit, and once that happens, you can't use magic on it anymore because the bit absorbs all magic that gets thrown at it. So, here we are on the floating continent. And we see there's a familiar face down there at the bottom of the screen. Someone who we thought was dead, but isn't, which is good. So, let's go and pick him up. So, yep, once the Empire was done with him, they tried to kill him. And, of course, he just cares about his dog being alright, which is cool. Yeah, you're coming with us whether you like it or not. So, let's tent up. And we're going to save here. Let's get him equipped. Let's see. We're going to give him that. And we're going to boost his evasion as well. What does everybody else have? Earrings, the Ringigas glove, the Memento ring, and ribbon. Okay. Okay, now that we got all that, we're going to save one more time. And we are going to go through here. So with the floating continent, a lot of stuff that you run into, it's going to open itself up just so you can get through. Those are treasure chests, those little balls there. Let me see something. That weapon I picked up. Okay. The assassin dagger, you could use it here, but a lot of the enemies you're going to run into have instant death, invincibility, and this is a weapon that instantly kills things sometimes, so they'll just come back. So it's better off to have something different. You can go all around, all over the place. These things open up and send you around. But I'm going to go over here first, because I'm going to grab this. And let's see if we can take this thing out. And Realm is dead already. That's not a good sign. There we go. Okay, with minimal damage. And we did that in order to get that weapon. So, let's take care of this. Dead. Not dead. Let's top everybody off here. And yep, that's a new thing for Shadow. So let's get that on him. So let's continue on. So the one thing about this area is the encounter rate is really high. Like, you'd be getting jumped a lot by enemies in this part. And this is kind of like a winding path, because you gotta move stuff around, you gotta hit switches. So that puts you up here. And I think you take this one. Yep, that takes me to that switch that shifts that downward. Then this switch here moves that down. So now I can go back around. And I should be able to, yep, get through here. Okay, just go up and around. If you go down here, I believe, you get a save point. So we're going to hit that tent. Save the game here. And let me just check something quick. There we go. I had the sound down a bit, so that should be a little bit better. Let me just save one more time. And just head right back up. Alright, we get a beret. See if we can slap that on anybody. Nope. Okay, let's hit this switch here. That activates that. Okay, now we're over here. If we want to, we can return to the airship in case there's anything that we forgot to do. If you do that, you'll just go back to the start of the floating continent. You don't have to do the Imperial Air Force part or the boss. But no, I don't want to. We're just going to go through with this here. That opens up. Okay, and this guy, this is a boss. And the one thing you want to do with this guy we're going to cast float on everybody. Because he does use a lot of ground type moves like quake, earthquake and stuff. So let's see if we can do this. So yes, this is the Ultima weapon. Which, if you remember the guy talking earlier, he said that there was two Ultima weapons. One was a sword, and the other was a monster. So this is the monster. Let's try bio. Okay, you're gonna dance, and we're gonna morph you. I'm gonna keep you throwing. Okay, bio seems to be working good, so we'll just keep up with that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. That heals us. Probably just in time. Yep, I better have her heal everybody. Because everybody's looking pretty dire. Oh, and she just ran out. There we go. Let's try Blizzard, see how that does. Blizzara. Does about the same. Yeah, and you can only morph once per battle. And let's just quickly heal everybody, because that cuts our HP in half, and as you can see, that's not a good thing. And somebody's dead. Looks like it's Shadow. Yep. Okay, hopefully we can pull this out. Thankfully, there we go. Good. We got it. And that takes care of that. Yeah, so he pisses off despite the fact that he's dead. And here we are. Kefka and the Emperor are right there. So surely this has got to be it, right? I mean, we're probably going to stop them right now, because they're right there. We can just lunge at them and stab them. And this is why I didn't take Celeste with me, because she shows up anyway. So it's got the statues right there. And he's taking the magic right from them. But he has plans for Celeste. He's gonna spare her. And that is gross and horrifying. So yes, Gestalt still wants to rule the world. But she's not gonna turn her back on everybody now. So she turns around and stabs Kefka instead. And he doesn't take too kindly to it. Yeah, so he's having an episode right now. And unfortunately, this triggers him to finally put his plan into action. He's just gonna blunder right into the between of them. Yep, so whereas Gestal was just leeching magic off of the statues, Kefka is actively waking the statues up by getting in between them and basically screaming at them. And so, like with Shadow, Gestal feels that Kefka has outlived his usefulness, considering he's trying to destroy everything. So, he's going to try to kill Kefka. Which he really should have done a long time ago, but whatever. Well, that's one way to put it. But, unfortunately for the Emperor, Kefka did his homework on the statues and the goddesses, the gods and goddesses. So he knows a little bit more than the Emperor does right now. That's why it's always important to do your homework. It's quite a kick there. It's a big old lightning bolt. But unfortunately, Gestal isn't quite fast enough. And he gets struck by that lightning. And if the lightning bolt didn't kill him, the fall certainly will. And that's the exit for Emperor Gestal. He is, well, as you can see, he is extremely very dead. And of course, Kefka does the one thing that we were told was the worst possible thing that could be done. He decides to do some redecorating with the statues. But Shadow comes back. And that can't possibly feel pleasant. So now we gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to stop what's going to happen now. So we just gotta get the hell off this island. So we got another time limit. 6 minutes though is plenty of time. And yep, the entire island is falling apart in huge, massive chunks. And we do have some battles we gotta go through. Crap. No, bad. Alright. That didn't work out too well. Okay, let's do a quick little change here. Stick her back with the air knife. And as you can see, my time limit is still going down. So we got a motor here. Okay, that should be better. Because we're not going to be healing anybody with our attacks. But we're still not going to cause any damage either. Whoop, and I just missed getting that. Whatever that was. But we're at the boss already. Let's try bio. Let's heal everybody. Thunder. Gonna morph Terra. See what bio does. Oh, that's right. She has reflect on. Wonderful. Though we're just gonna have to beat her to death. Whoop. There we go. Oh wow, I didn't stay morphed for very long. Jesus. Okay, and that's roulette. That's going to instantly kill somebody, and it's going to be Mog, unfortunately. Let me try something. See if I can get rid of that reflect that's on her. Because otherwise, I'm going to lose bad. Okay, good. Thank God. Let me do something quick first. Let's get everybody back up, just in case something else happens. Okay, we're gonna wait. It is extremely important that you wait. Because if you don't wait, you basically lose somebody permanently, and you're not going to get them back. So, let's unpack what just happened, since we got a little bit of time here. Basically, we tried to stop the Emperor and Kefka, and we screwed it up. We were unable to stop them. Especially, we were unable to stop Kefka. He actually succeeded in the plan that he had, even though we really didn't know what his plan was until you could piece it together. I mean, he was starting to not like taking the Emperor's orders. He was starting to want the power of magic and stuff for himself. He wanted to revive the statues, even knowing full well that reviving the Warring Triad would destroy everything. He's that Final Fantasy villain that is basically definitely way into being a nihilist, where they just think that everything is worthless and everything should be destroyed. So yeah, unfortunately, us being the good guys, we have failed spectacularly. You'd think that we would win, but we didn't. And you'll see in a few seconds why I was saying this was a point of no return. Because this is basically what I call the end of Act 2. Whereas fighting on the cliffs of Narsh was the end of Act 1 because it was a big battle with everybody together. This right here, because it's such a huge story point, I say that basically this is the end of Act 2. So you wait until 5 seconds is left, make sure you're on that exact spot, and Shadow appears. If you immediately jump to the airship, you'll never see Shadow again. It's presumed that he dies on the floating continent. And yeah, it's, shit is about to hit the fan and go down, as they say. So yeah, basically everything, I mean, God, those guys just got squished. And as you can see, not even we're safe from the destruction, because the entire airship gets ripped in half. And everybody gets scattered to the winds. And if you look real close down on that thing, you can actually see two continents are splitting apart after they're being ripped open. So yeah, we failed spectacularly. Well, that was fun. That's the end of that part. And in the next part, we're going to see what happened to that world. No spoilers.